Good morning, you're Tyreek Flanagan, and this is cause number 23 DCCR 2310. Mr. Flanagan's charged with indecency with a child by sexual contact. What is the announcement?
Your Honor, we've gone back and forth with this quite some time.
This morning's docket is not for the faint of heart. We're talking indecency with a child, capital murder inside a prison, probation violations, competency battles, and plea deals hanging by a thread. And right out of the gate, the court is dealing with missing CPS records tied to serious allegations in another county. When evidence is delayed, trials get delayed, but justice can't wait forever. The tension today isn't loud or chaotic. It's strategic. Watch closely, because every reset, every plea rejection, and every bond warning carries serious consequences. The question is, who's ready for trial and who's gambling with their future?
We have.
I don't think we have any choice but to set it for trial.
Okay.
There's an issue with the outcry person. There was a CPS case in Harris County that was dismissed because of the source, and we've not been able, we tried to get that information. The state has tried through CPS, but we're not getting it. So we don't have much choice but to set this for trial.
I'll order it.
Well, that's the thing, Judge. We've done that, and we've reordered it.
I see that. We've done a second.
And what we're still getting back is the same set of records.
But it's not the records that show the dismissal and why over in Harris County.
Do y'all want to do a very specific, try one more time with
And I talked with Kelly Friday. I was on the phone with Miss Adams, who's the regional attorney.
Right.
We're getting another copy because our copy is gone. However, the newer stuff wouldn't have been in it. This is newer allegations that's happened since I've been on the case.
So are they going to work on getting that? Did she say that?
I didn't get a specific. I'm still trying to get the original records. So we've sent this a second amended that I wrote specifically to get the newest, and it still didn't come back. So
okay, but you talked to her and she knows
that we're trying to. Her assistant is getting me stuff. I'm in contact with her.
Okay.
But the newer stuff is the problem, dude.
Right, but I don't want it to be. I'll call her. We'll call her. We've had no issues dealing with her if we need something. So if y'all need me to do something, I want to get it done.
We just need to know the basis of the dismissal in Harris County. That's the same culprit.
Do a joint email to me today with the two of you guys and me saying what you need, and then I'll forward that and give Stephanie a call and see if we can find out what we need to actually get that specific information.
And I just want to let the court know, like, since I've been dealing with counsel on this, I've reached out to the Houston office, CPS, to find out if there's information that is get through that office as opposed to going to Austin.
Right.
The way we go, I've not gotten a response. And
okay.
I've gotten turnover and all.
Send me something today, and then we'll try to. And before we put it on the trial docket, let's do one more reset. Let me reach out to Miss Adams, see if there's something she can do to help us with that Houston information. Yeah. And then there's got to be a way to get it. So I'll call whoever I need to call.
Thank you.
Okay. Stay in touch with Mr. Samuel. He'll let you know when you need to be back. And then you've got Daisha Mark. It looks like that's set for a plea. Mr. Samuel, you're going to work on that?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll hold that for you. Mr. West, on Ramadan Castillo.
Let's pause here for a second, because this is bigger than it sounds. When a case involves indecency with child, any prior CPS investigation, especially one dismissed in another county, becomes critical evidence. The defense clearly wants the dismissal records from Harris County to challenge credibility or possibly show inconsistencies. But without those documents, they're walking into trial blind. And notice what the judge does here. Instead of immediately forcing trial, she steps in to personally help facilitate getting the records. That tells you this isn't about rushing to conviction. It's about making sure both sides have what they need. But here's the tension. How long do you wait before delay turns into denial of justice? Would you reset again or push forward?
On Ramadan Castillo, 3 cases. Good morning. As state this side, defense this side. Not that it really matters, other than the fact that it keeps it straight in my head. Good morning. How are y'all this morning?
Good, how are you?
Good.
I saw you went viral about 2
Oh.
months ago.
There's a few of them out there, unfortunately, yeah.
No,
It depends.
unfortunately, yeah. It was actually very entertaining.
Good morning, sir. You are Trishad Tarrant, and Mr. Tarrant is charged with capital murder of a person in a prison. Mr. Brewer, Ms. Jordan, where are we, and what's the announcement?
Your Honor, the state is announcing ready. We have no pretrial at this time. I believe I have offered a formal plea offer to the defense.
And she has, that offer has been forwarded to my client. To at this time, to say that we will probably set this back to trial. If we could, perhaps February of next year, just move on.
Well, it'll be when it'll be. But what I do want you guys to do, if there's a formal offer, I'd like to get a formal rejection of that. I have those forms on the tablets. We can get, maybe Mr. Rojas or Mr. Parker can help you fill out that formal. If you don't want to accept a plea agreement, I'll go through that today. Once we do a rejection, the case is placed on the trial docket. Typically, I don't accept that same plea agreement. You can plea open to the court. It could be something different unless there's new information that either of you get between now and then. So once it goes on the trial docket, it'll be expected to go to trial, or it'll be something different because of some information that you guys received. So I'll hold it. If you want to grab one of those tablets. Mr. Rojas, would you mind helping? Thank you very much, sir. And as soon as you do that, I'll go through all of that, bring you back up, and then we'll get it set for trial and look at kind of everybody's, how long we think that might take, and then we'll schedule it around that. But we're definitely not anywhere close to looking into February. We're looking at this year probably, based on our, unless there's some big reasons, but we'll see where we get, okay?
Okay.
All right, I'll hold it while y'all get that taken care of. Mr. Kimler, you have Tajuan Mack. Good morning, sir. You're Joshua Mays. And Mr. Mays is on probation for burglary of a habitation. Motion to revoke has been filed. What's the announcement?
Your Honor, if the court would entertain going through the motion, we could enter please, and then I'll get it updated pretty soon.
There's no agreement?
No, Your Honor.
Give me just a second.
Good morning.
Good morning. Mr. Mays, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you. And will he waive the formal reading of the motion?
So late.
Mr. Mays, in cause number 20-36100, I have a motion to revoke your unadjudicated probation. Shows that you were placed on probation September 13th of 2021 for burglary of a habitation, and that was a 3-year deferred probation. Is that correct? Yes. I'm assuming that's been extended. Otherwise. So it alleges in that probation, or in that motion, that you violated your conditions of probation. Count 1 alleges that you failed to report to the probation department as required for the months of October and December of 2024 and January of 2025. And is that true or not true? Count 2 alleges that you failed to provide verification of participating in the GED program. Is that true? Just today it's just true or not true, and then we'll get explanations later. It's not true, okay. Count 3 alleges that you failed to provide verification of entering and successfully completing the moral recognition therapy, that MRT program. Is that true or not true? And count 4 alleges that you're behind in your court assessed fees. As of January 15th of 2025, you were $3,685 behind. Is that true or not true? All right, did you enter your pleas of true to counts 1 and 4 freely and voluntarily? Speak up, please.
Yes, ma'am.
And did you plead true to those because they're actually true? All right, then I'm going to find that you entered your pleas of true to counts 1 and 4 freely and voluntarily. Find those counts true. find sufficient evidence to find you guilty and revoke your probation, but I'm going to reset your case so that we can have a sentencing hearing. I'll get probation to do an updated report. Looks like we probably will only need a probation officer, so we can do that on a normal day.
Yeah, sure, it wouldn't-
Shouldn't take long.
Shouldn't be difficult.
All right, and so you need to stop and talk to probation on your way out of the courtroom so that they can make sure and tell you what you need to do to get ready for that sentencing hearing, okay? All right, we'll see you back then. Good morning, are you Donnell Coleman?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Coleman, this is your initial appearance. In cause number 25, DCCR.
This moment right here is incredibly significant when a formal plea offer is rejected, especially in a capital murder case. That changes the trajectory of everything. The judge makes it crystal clear. Once this goes on a trial docket, the same plea deal may not be available again. That's not pressure, that's reality. In serious felony cases, plea offers often get harsher once trial preparation ramps up. The prosecution invests more time. Victims prepare to testify. Juries get summoned. So when a defendant rejects an offer, they're essentially betting on a better outcome at trial. And that's a dangerous bet. Do you roll the dice in a capital case? Or do you take certainty over risk? That decision alone can mean decades.
DCCR 0222, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of abandoning or endangering a child with intent to return from January 26th of 2025. Since you've made bond in your case, have you had an opportunity to try to hire a lawyer?
No, ma'am. I didn't really have the understanding of it.
No, that's okay.
When it
This-
went, so
that-
like when I did call to get in touch with them, they had mentioned they had dropped my case, so I didn't know what that meant.
Well, they didn't drop your case. As far
Charles Rojas, I think.
Yeah, so Mr. Rojas was appointed while you were in custody, and so now that you are, and he's still your attorney unless you hire someone else or we make some other,
So I can't still get in touch with them.
you can get in touch with him, but here's what I expect you to try to hire a lawyer. So you can talk to him about hiring him or anybody else. I'm gonna give you about 30 days to try to get someone hired. If you hire someone before the next court date, bring the reset notice that you get today to that lawyer, they'll tell you what to do. If you're unable to hire someone before the next court date, then I'm ordering you to visit with at least 3 lawyers. They all charge different amounts, they have different payment plans. Bring me the names of the lawyers that you talk to when you come back, so I know you're trying, and then we'll discuss your options, okay? If you don't do that, then when you come back, you run the risk of me raising your bond for not following that court order, and you would go back to jail. Do you understand? All right, step in front of the clerk right here. Yes, ma'am.
I know the stipulations with my case was saying that I couldn't jail on my kids, but I mean, I have been going to like parenting classes.
So that's probably one of the, just as big of a reason for you to get a lawyer so we can get your case handled. And if you're doing,
I did parenting classes.
are you doing that through CPS? CPS involved?
At a church, yes, ma'am.
Okay, keep following everything that CPS, whatever their service plan is, keep following that. A condition of your bond is gonna be that you not have, at least no unsupervised right now. So if they're allowing you contact, it needs to be supervised only, okay?
So if I am able, someone has to be there.
Mhm.
Okay.
Until we say
I'm
something
just
otherwise.
graduation and everything.
Well, just make sure it's supervised right now and get you a lawyer and we can move your case along and hopefully get you where you need to be with your kiddos, okay? All right, step in front of the clerk. Good morning, ma'am. You're Precious Eaglin? And Ms. Eaglin, you are here on 2 cases, initial appearance. In cause number 25, DCCR 0317, you're charged with the 2nd-degree felony offense of assault on a peace officer. And in cause number 25, DCCR 0318, you're charged with the 2nd-degree felony offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Since you've made bond in your case, have you had an opportunity to try to hire a lawyer?
I spoke with Mr. Burbanks, but I haven't officially hired him because I'm talking to somebody else.
Okay.
It's like the amount he wanted as well, so I'm need to call somebody else and see.
Okay, so what I'll do is give you about a 30-day reset to either get Mr. Burbank or someone else hired. If you get someone hired, just bring the reset notice that you get today to that lawyer. They'll tell you what to do. If you're unable to hire someone before that next court date, then I'm ordering you to visit with at least 3 lawyers. They all charge different amounts. They have different payment plans. Bring me the names of the lawyers that you talk to when you come back so I know you're trying. Then we'll discuss your options. If you don't do that, then when you come back, you run the risk of me raising your bond for not following the court order, and you would go back to jail. Do you understand? All right, step in front of the clerk. She'll give you that reset notice. Good morning. You're Jeremiah Paella? Paella. And Mr. Paella, did you get someone hired?
No, ma'am. I talked to 3 different ones. They all said about the same price every time.
Who'd you talk to?
Walker, Mr. Walker from Liberty, someone from Liberty, Mr. Walker from Walker Law Firm, someone from Crenshaw, I forgot their name.
Okay.
And they all said about the same price.
All right. You didn't write those things down for me?
No, ma'am. It was on my phone,
Okay. Where's your phone?
in my pocket.
Look it up. Let's see.
And then the one from Liberty, they just told me over the phone like 7,500. They
Okay.
didn't tell me their name or nothing. Same for Crenshaw.
What do you mean they didn't tell you their
I was
name?
asking, I was like,
Well, how did you call them? Who'd you
I
call?
called my phone. I just called the law firm.
Right.
And they didn't put me through to nobody. They just said 7,500. But Mr. Walker, I didn't catch his name, but I talked to him for about 40 minutes on the
Okay.
phone.
Good.
And he was just telling me everything about like what he would do, this,
Mhm.
over, and what a lawyer would do, and everything about like that.
Are you working?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So do you think you're going to be able to get one of them hired?
Because Mr. Walker, he said he had payments, but he didn't really trust us that much because of people in the past. So
Where are you working?
FedEx.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reset your case one more time for you to talk to some other attorneys, because there are some out there that charge different amounts than what you've done. So go talk to at least 3 more. See if you can get someone hired. If you can, great. If not, bring me those names of everybody you've talked to. Then we'll discuss what your options are, okay? You don't have to limit it to just 3.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
point is to hire someone. So call as many as you can, make as many appointments, get so that you can see if you can get someone hired, okay? Step in front of the clerk. Good morning, you're Kevin Diaz. And Mr. Diaz, this is your initial appearance in cause number 25 DCCR 0418. You're charged with the 3rd-degree felony offense of evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle from March 5th of 2025. Since you've made bond in your case, have you had an opportunity to try to hire a lawyer?
No,
Okay. How old are you?
19.
So what I'm going to do, Mr. Diaz, is reset your case for about 30 days to give you some time to try to hire someone. If you get someone hired before the next court date, just bring the reset notice that you get today to that lawyer. They'll tell you what to do. If you're unable to hire someone before the next court date, then I'm ordering you to visit with at least 3 lawyers. They all charge different amounts. They have different payment plans. Bring me back the names of who you've talked to so I know you're trying, and then we'll discuss your options. If you don't do that, then when you come back, you run the risk of me raising your bond for not following the court order, and you would go back to jail. Do you understand? All right, step in front of the clerk and she'll give you your reset notice. Zachary Turner. Good morning, sir. You're Zachary Turner?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Turner, this is your initial appearance in cause number 24 DCCR 2197. You're charged with the 1st-degree felony offense of fraudulent use or possession of identifying information, and that is from April 22nd of 2024. Since you've made bond in your case, have you had an opportunity to try to hire a lawyer? Okay. Looks like you also have prior felony convictions, so it's going to be very important that you try to get someone hired. What you're charged with is extremely serious, obviously. So what I'm going to do, Mr. Turner, is reset your case for about 30 days to give you some time to try to hire someone. If you get someone hired before the next court date, just bring the reset notice that you get today to that lawyer, and they'll tell you what to do. If you're unable to hire someone before the next court date, then I'm ordering you to visit with at least 3 lawyers. They all charge different amounts. They have different payment plans. Bring me back the names of the lawyers that you've talked to, so I know you're trying, and then we'll discuss your options. If you don't do that, then when you come back, you run the risk of me raising your bond for not following the court order, and you would go back to jail. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, step in front of the clerk. She'll give you the reset notice. All right, you're Jamarcus Jones. It's very important that you're here on time. So I'll recall the bond forfeiture. And Mr. Jones, this is your initial appearance. Give me just a second. So you're on probation for theft of a firearm. I set a bond on that probation, and now that you've made that bond, I expect you to try to hire a lawyer. So what I'm going to do is reset your case for about 30 days, and you need to try to get someone hired before that next court date. If you do, just bring the reset notice that you get today to them. They'll tell you what to do. If you're unable to, then you need to visit with at least 3 lawyers. They all charge different amounts, they have different payment plans. Make sure you visit with them, bring me back the names of who you've talked to, and then we'll discuss your options. If you don't do that, then when you come back, I'll raise that bond back up and you'll be back in jail. Do you understand? It's also important you're still on probation. You need to be doing every single thing you're supposed to be on probation right now, because if you don't, that's only going to make things worse. All right? Okay, step in front of the clerk. She'll give you that reset notice. Good morning, ma'am. You're Dale Johnson, and Ms. Johnson is charged in 24 DCCR 1570 with indecency with a child by sexual contact, in 24 DCCR 1571 and 1572 with aggravated sexual assault of a child. And Mr. Johnson, what is the announcement?
Not ready, Your Honor. Our investigation continues. We have served subpoenas on 2 school districts. We're awaiting those records. I understand we're also awaiting some records from the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services.
We got
Okay.
an agreed order, court signed.
Okay, that should be, that was signed back at the end of February, and I see your subpoenas. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to do maybe a 45-day reset instead of a 30. Hopefully we'll get somewhere on all of those documents, the CPS as well as what you've done, and see if we can get an announcement at that next court date. Make sure you stay in touch with Mr. Price. He'll let you know when you need to be back. All right, thank you. Good morning, you're Ramadan Castillo. And Mr. Castillo is charged in each of his cases with aggravated sexual assault of a child. It's set for trial to begin with jury selection Monday, June 2nd. And what is the announcement?
Thanks, sir.
All right, well, obviously, it is one of the older cases. I anticipate it being at the top. We'll find out, I guess, actually next week, because we'll have a docket next Tuesday. But I anticipate it being up there. If anything happens between now and next Tuesday, let me know. There won't be any plea agreements after that. So if anything changes, y'all get together, and otherwise, we'll try to get it taken care of on that day. All right, stay in touch with Mr. West. He'll let you know when you need to be back. Good morning, sir. Are you Benjamin Barker? And I'm going to first take judicial notice of the court's file and cause number 24 DCCR 2194. And Mr. Barker was evaluated for competency to stand trial. We received and was found not competent, was sent to the John Dunn Behavioral Science Center for competency restoration, was restored, and I received that packet dated April 1st of 2025 with the finding that Mr. Barker is competent to stand trial. It includes the evaluation report, and that is from Dr. Guzman, as well as the attending physician's report of patient progress. And so is there any other evidence with regard to competency?
None I'm aware of, Judge.
Not from the state, Judge.
Then based on that, at this time, I am going to find Mr. Barker competent to stand trial. He's charged with harassment of a public servant. And what is the announcement?
Your Honor, he informed, I haven't talked to him till today. He just got out of jail. He told me 2 weeks ago he's had multiple injuries and his foot is broke.
Okay.
And I haven't talked to him. As of now, he wanted to do a rejection, but I thought, being that I hadn't had a chance to talk to him in detail, that it may be worth resetting.
It is. Let's do this. Mr. Barker, I'm going to reset your case about 30 days. You need to make sure and call Mr. Parker, visit with him either in person or on the phone, your attorney, before that next court date, and he can go over everything that he knows about your case, that he's received from Mr. Coleman, what your options are, and then we'll get an announcement at that next court date how you want to proceed, okay?
And I've also indicated to him that he could hire his own lawyer, and because he kind of indicated that may be something he wanted to do.
If you have the funds and you want to, then you need to hire your own attorney for sure. If you're unable to work and you can't afford one, I'm going to leave Mr. Parker on if you can't afford one. But if you can obviously hire your own. If you're not going to do that, you definitely need to call and talk to Mr. Parker about your case. Okay? All right. We'll see you back in about 30 days. Mr. Mack, Mr. Kimler was here already. We called your name. You need to be here on time, okay? Otherwise, you're going to end up with a bond forfeiture and you'll be put in jail, and you don't want that to happen. So I'm going to recall the bond forfeiture. Your case is set for trial to begin in a couple of weeks. The attorney's announced ready. So I'm going to number the case for trial. You need to stay in touch with your bondsman and Mr. Kimler, and they'll let you know when you need to be back and ready for trial. It'll be in 2 weeks. Okay? You're free to go. Good morning. You're Rochelle Manuel?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Manuel's charged with aggravated assault causing serious bodily injury. What is the announcement?
Your Honor, We haven't, she's been very good about staying in contact with me about updates and all that. We have a new plea offer that Mr. Nichols gave us today. She wants to accept that offer. She told me this 2 weeks ago that she's trying to be responsible. Her apartment lease expires this week and she gets her last check. And she's gonna plead to pen time, and she wanted to wait to plead out next week if we could, so she could take care of her affairs. And I mean, I feel certain that she's gonna plead.
Why don't we do that? Why don't y'all do the plea and I'll just
Okay,
reset it
reset
for
for sentencing.
sentencing, but we don't need to get a PSI, but that way we get that first part
Okay.
taken care of and.
I'll do that, Judge.
All right, I'll hold it while y'all do that.
I don't think the other one's here. Scott.
Gustavo Vasquez, Mr. Hoffpower. Good morning, sir. Are you Nicholas Gilmore Jones?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
And Mr. Rojas, will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
You will, Your Honor.
Mr. Jones, in cause number 24 DCCR 1441, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of solicitation of prostitution from March 28th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you pleading guilty because you did what they've charged you with?
Yes, ma'am.
I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Rojas?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you fully understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 2-year term in the state jail prison, but that would be probated. You'd be on probation for 5 years. You would be ordered to pay a $500 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law?
Yes, ma'am.
State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Gilmore Jones is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find that you're mentally competent and understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Is there some history? Is that why it's a 2 over 5?
It is, Your Honor.
So I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case so that I can get a pre-sentence report done. That'll just give me more information about you, your case, any history, and then we'll go forward with sentencing at a later date. You need to stop and talk to probation before you leave the courtroom today, and she's sitting at that desk right there, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
We'll see you back at sentencing. Okay, I'll recall your bond forfeiture, and you're Shadamon Mitchell, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So did you get someone hired?
No, ma'am, I did call around to a couple places.
Good, who'd you talk to?
I talked to Gertz Kelly Law Firm. They told me it was gonna be about 5,000, but my dad said it was a little too much, because he was the one helping me pay. I called Chilean officers, no one ever gave me a call back. James R. Mifkin, I think they told me $5,000 again. Dunham and Jones gave me an offer for $3,000 a flat fee. We'll take 15 up front and then 200 every other week.
Mm-hmm.
So we were thinking about going through, but we just ran out of time.
Okay, so you still think you'll be able to get someone hired?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for doing everything I asked you. I'll reset your case about 30 more days to give you some time to hire one of them or someone else.
Yes, ma'am.
If y'all get someone hired before the next court date, just bring that reset notice that you get today to the lawyer.
Yes, ma'am.
If for some reason it's not going to work with them, make sure you call some others, bring me those names, and we'll discuss your options when you come back. Okay? All right, you can step in front of the clerk and she'll give you your reset notice. Good morning. Are you Felicia Freddy? And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Yes, Judge.
Y'all tearing up my stuff down there?
I'm sorry?
So are y'all tearing up my stuff down there?
I am, it's me. It's not, ain't no y'all, it's just Gertz.
We didn't know it moved until,
Till I did that.
well, we moved it for a hearing, trial, and we found
And
some
maybe
very,
wasn't
and we found
intended to
something
move.
very important in it when that happened.
Oh, I need to hear more about that later.
You didn't hear about the missing DNA in a capital murder trial? You hear about that? Yeah, we found that. It was a good day. Summer. I'll tell you about it after.
Ooh, okay.
Ms. Freddie, in cause number 24-1390, the state has elected to proceed on the lesser included offense of a Class A misdemeanor eluding detention, and that is from June 6th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with? Are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with? I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Gertz?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you fully understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you a U.S. citizen? And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 2-year deferred probation. There would be a $500 fine. There would be a dismissal in the misdemeanor case. That's a misdemeanor, correct? The false report case?
Yes, ma'am.
And this will run concurrently with a resisting arrest case that you have out of misdemeanor court. Is that your understanding? State tenders number 1.
We have no objection, Judge.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Ms. Freddie is not competent?
None at all, Judge.
All right, Ms. Freddie, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 2 years. You're ordered to pay that $500 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, then this is an excellent opportunity because you do not have this on your record. And at the end of the probation, if you're successful, the case will be dismissed and you'll never have this conviction. The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court, found guilty of the offense, and you could go to the Jefferson County Jail for up to 1 year. Do you understand? All right, I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you have waived your right to appeal. If you'll just have a seat here in the courtroom, probation, the lady sitting right there is going to call you up when she has your paperwork ready to go over with you. Thank you. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Good morning, Ron.
Good morning. This is Mr. Hoffpower's sentencing.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, sir. You're Cavante Reynolds. Just a second. And Mr. Reynolds, you were previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to assault, family violence by impeding breath or circulation. I've received a copy of the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Judge.
Are there any additions or corrections? All right, sir, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 4 years. You're ordered to pay a $500 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. That includes having no contact or communication with Ms. Patillo. Do you understand? And I know you said in here, and I appreciate what you said, because a lot of times people will say, you know, I didn't really do whatever. You took responsibility. I know you feel very bad about it, and you wish y'all could get back together. That is not what she wants, and that's not what I'm going to allow. So you cannot have any contact or communication with her. That obviously means in person, but it also means through any other way. You can't send her DMs or Snapchats or emails or send messages through anyone else, okay? Also, you're not allowed to be at 3901 Highway 73. What complex is that?
I think that's his name, but it was south.
Okay, so you know which one I'm talking about. You don't live there, right? So you have no reason to be there, okay? So you can't go visit anybody over there. You need to hang out somewhere else with people. If you want to hang out with them, they need to come see you, okay? You'll be on the high case load for some amount of time to make sure you get going and you're doing your probation correctly. And if you do everything you're supposed to on your probation, this is an excellent opportunity because you don't have a felony conviction on your record. The end of the probation period, if you're successful, the case is dismissed. You will never have a felony conviction. The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of your probation, you can be brought back into court, found guilty, so you'd have a conviction, be a convicted felon, and you could be sentenced anywhere in the range of punishment, which is up to 10 years in prison. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. If you'll just have a seat here in the courtroom, probation's going to call you up when she's ready to go over all of your paperwork. All right, good luck to you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Vasquez.
Thank you.
Mr. Gertz, you've got Frank Collins. Good morning, you're Patrick Gallagher.
I am. Good
And this is 242422. Mr. Gallagher's charged Oh, it's driving while intoxicated, third or more, and what is the announcement?
Judge, we do not have the videos yet. We just
Okay.
have the written discoveries. We should have those anytime. We requested them a while ago, just once normal reset. But
Sure.
it'll be fine.
All right, any issues, Ms. Malfino?
No, Judge, if, Mr. Rennick was just kindly provided thumb drive, we'll be sure to get those over to them right away.
Okay,
Oh, we'll have some drop off today.
perfect,
Great.
thank you. I'd stay in touch with Mr. Rennick. As soon as he gets that information, you can go visit with him, see what all he has, and then we'll see if we can get an announcement at the next court date. Thank you, you're free to go. Thank you, Mr. Rennick.
Thank you, Judge.
We see Mr. Roebuck, and Mr. Vasquez, let's see. Mr. Lewis, you've got Paul McCorvey.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. Are you Paul McCorvey? And in 241914, Mr. McCorvey is charged with theft of property. And Mr. Lewis, an announcement?
Judge, actually, the property that's at question in this case is being litigated over down in probate court now, where Mr. McCorvey is a party to that case as a heir dealing with this property. And we were here last time, I asked for a reset, I was trying to find out when they were gonna be going to court and everything like that. I've come to find out this morning that it's actually July 2nd.
Oh, okay.
So if we can get a setting after the 2nd, it'll give time for, see what happens at the hearing, and I get a copy of that transcript and see what.
Okay,
what
so
the
30
next
days
one's
should be
going.
fine,
Should
because
be
that's
fine.
next, week after next.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, any issues, Mr. Smith? All right, we'll just do a normal reset. Mr. McCorvey, make sure you stay in touch with Mr. Lewis, once that's completed, and y'all can visit about what your options are. Thank you, you're free to go. And then Charles Darling, Mr. Lewis, good morning, are you Charles Darling? And in 241384, Mr. Darling is charged with stalking, and what is the announcement?
Judge, I've provided some additional information to the state, in regards to Mr. Darling. I don't know how much they've, Ms. Malfino has had to really review it at this point.
Ms. Malfino?
Judge, I have gotten it in the past. I've spoken a couple times to the complainant. Mr. Lewis just sent me something over the weekend, again, showing that there's communications between the parties. If the court would allow, I'd like to bring her in, sit down with her, have a final conversation about
Okay.
what it appears may be going on. I have spoken to her. I feel like I can get her in very easily.
All right, so I'll reset it one more time. This will be the last reset. So make sure y'all talk to each other, talk to her, and Mr. Darling, stay in touch with Mr. Lewis. He'll let you know when you need to be back.
And we have discussed a couple of alternative options to try to resolve it.
Perfect, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Crenshaw and Sydney Lewis. Good morning, ma'am. Are you Sydney Lewis? Yes, Your Honor. And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
Ms. Lewis, in 241904, you're charged with the third-degree felony offense of theft of property, and that is from November 2nd of 2022 and continuing through May 31st of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
And because you actually did what they charged you with? I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Crenshaw?
Yes, sir.
And do you fully understand them? And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes.
And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 10-year deferred probation. There would not be a fine, but there would be restitution in an amount that would get figured out between now and when we come back for sentencing. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
Also, do you understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Any evidence that Ms. Lewis is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case so that we can get a pre-sentence report done, and then we'll come back at a later date for sentencing. When you leave the courtroom today, you need to stop and talk to probation, and she's at that desk right there. All right, we'll see you back at sentencing. Oh, did you get discovery? Good morning, sir. Are you Christopher Street? And in 242058, Mr. Street is charged with theft of property. And Mr. Crenshaw, what's the announcement?
The announcement of that one, Judge, is if we can come back for one more reset. This is Mr. Nichols' case, and we've been conveyed an offer, and I just need to discuss it with him.
Sure. Any issues you see? Mr. Street, I'm going to reset your case, a normal reset, so make sure you get in touch with Mr. Crenshaw, visit, and then we'll see if we can get an announcement at the next court date. All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Crenshaw. Good morning. How are you?
Doing well, Judge.
Good morning, sir. Are you Carl Ross?
Yes, ma'am.
And in 250093, Mr. Ross is charged with collision involving death, and in 250094, collision involving serious bodily injury. And what is the announcement?
Judge, this is Nichols' case as well. We just got an offer on this today, so I want one reset to discuss with my client, and I think we're close to resolution.
Ms. Malfino, any issues that you
No, Judge,
see?
it looks like he has received discovery in the media back in March.
Okay, perfect. So I'll just do a normal reset. Mr. Ross, make sure you get in and visit with Mr. Adams so you can go over all of that evidence and what the offer is, and we'll see if we get an announcement at the next court date.
Appreciate you, Judge.
Thank you. See, Ms. Coffin, you've got Ashley Riggins. Good morning. Are you Ashley Riggins? And this is 250092. Ms. Riggins is charged with unauthorized use of a vehicle. And Ms. Coffin, what is the announcement?
The announcement is we're missing one video. We're missing the video of my client being transported to the police station to talk to the detective.
All right. So what I'll do, Mr. Smith, any issues that you see? No. So I'm going to reset, just a normal reset. If you'll make a notation, make sure you make that request and get with Mr. Hoffpower or whoever. I'm sure they'll help you up there to get that copy. Stay in touch with your attorney so that once she gets that, you can go visit with her about it. We'll see if we can get an announcement at the next court date. All right, you're free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
May I have excuse?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Mr. Collins, wear something other than sweatpants when you come back. Okay. And Mr. Collins in 231403 is charged with unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. And what is the announcement?
Judge, this was a status hearing. We're waiting on the PSI to come back in the federal case.
Okay.
It's gonna be likely sentenced to prison time in the federal case.
Okay.
And that will sort of
And he's
dictate
already
what
pled.
we-
We're just waiting on the PSR
Correct.
over there.
Correct.
Okay. How long's it been at this point?
Not an insubstantial amount of time. I don't have an exact date. but-
Last time we were set, it was April 10th, and for the same announcement.
I know.
I anticipate it will be
That's, yeah.
dispositive of this case.
They
It
just
all
take
arises
so,
out of the same
sure.
incident.
So I'll do another 60 days. And if something happens between now and then, just let us know. Mr. Collins, make sure you stay in touch with Mr. Gertz, do everything you're supposed to while you're out on bond, and then we'll see where we stand in about 60 days, okay? All right, you're free to go. Felicia Freddy, Mr. Gertz. Good morning, sir. You're Jonathan Zecaf?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Zecaf in 242348 is charged with driving while intoxicated, third or more. Mr. Gertz, what is the announcement?
Judge, I think this is our second appearance, maybe more. You're
yeah.
making a face at me, maybe more.
Because your letter of rep is from November of last year.
Well,
So,
Still working on discovery and a resolution in the case.
all right,
One
so
more regular
this will be
reset.
the last reset for an announcement. So make sure, Mr. Zecaf, that you stay in touch with Mr. Gertz so you can go over, make an appointment, go over everything that he has received from the district attorney's office, what the offer is, and then how we'll get the case resolved, okay? All right, see you at the next court date.
Thank you.
Good morning. And if you'll just make sure, Mr. Val, come on up, ma'am. Make sure you let us know if you're not going to be here on time. Just send an email or call or
Yes,
something
ma'am.
so we're not waiting and not knowing how to get in touch with you, please. All right, ma'am, you're Crystal Calvillo.
What we saw today wasn't courtroom theatrics. It was a system in motion. Serious child-related offenses waiting on documentation. A capital murder case moving toward trial after formal plea rejection. Probationers facing sentencing hearings. Defendants warned that failing to hire counsel could land them back in jail. And throughout it all, the judge maintained a consistent theme: accountability and preparation. Court isn't just about guilt or innocence. It's about procedure, timelines, and responsibility. Miss deadlines? There are consequences. Reject offers? Be ready for trial. Fail probation? Sentencing follows. The justice system may move slowly at times, but it moves deliberately. If you found this case breakdown as intense as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom analysis. We'll see you in the next
You're
one.
Crystal Calvillo?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Calvillo, in 242456 is charged with theft of property with previous convictions. And Mr. Velez, what is the announcement?
We're announcing, Your Honor, if we may ask for one continuance so I could speak with the prosecutor handling the case, and I believe we can come to some resolution on this matter.
All right, any issues? All right, so I'll just do a normal reset. It's about 30 days or so. Ma'am, make sure you stay in touch with your attorneys so y'all can go over the information he gets from the assistant district attorney. We'll see if we can get a resolution at the next court date. All right, you're free to go. Thank you. Yes, sir.